One thing that I forgot to mention throughout like the whole video was that I got the following recipe from this book, from the Minimalist Baker, Everyday Cooking. It's got 101 recipes. It says it's mostly gluten-free. I'm not gluten-free, but I really, really like this recipe book. I've gotten a lot of good recipes from this book, and I cannot recommend it enough. So I will link it down in the description. Not sponsored. That'd be kind of weird, I guess, if a person were to sponsor me, but definitely recommend it. And like I said, link below. Anyway, on with the video.
I always thought that if I were in an apocalypse situation, I would have some cool armor and like a futuristic weapon. But in reality, we're all just dressed in our pajama pants and going to work and going to school. And today, you're gonna watch me make muffins for other people in my pajamas. First step to these muffins is making your vegan egg, and I'm just using 2 tablespoons of flax and 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of water, and I just am using it in one bowl because I just don't really feel like getting another bowl dirty. So if you're using a big bowl like this, you're probably going to just want to stir it around a bit. I hope this is in the frame. There we go. Stir it around a little bit, don't get it on the floor. And then you're just going to, once it's all settled, let it sit for 5 minutes and don't let your fork get all eggy. Wow, it's great. This grate is off to a video. Should just end it now. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. I peeled some bananas. I'm just gonna throw them in here. Usually I think if they're pretty ripe, they have more of a banana-y flavor. And I think half the reason I want to make this recipe is just to get rid of my bananas that need to get rid of. So there's 2 teaspoons of baking soda going in here, and then you're just going to mash everything up. Like it's mashed potatoes. And then once you have a real appetizing looking mixture, you know you did it right. Next we're putting in 1/4 cup of brown sugar and 1 tablespoon. Or 5 tablespoons if you don't have a 1/4 cup measurizer, which I don't know why you, well, I guess, you know, when you're in the apocalypse like this, you might not have a 1/4 cup measurizer available. 1 more tablespoon fact, then you're gonna use your 1/4 cup measurizer again and do a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, or a little bit more than 1/4 cup, if it spills over. Next we're putting in 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you just whisk it for 1 minute. All right, now that we're done whisking that time, we're just adding in 1/4 cup of melted butter. The recipe says coconut oil, but I'm just gonna use butter instead. I did last time. It came out already. I don't know what I'm whispering. And then you just whisk it for 1 minute. And then it's just 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then you whisk it again. Now, this is a gluten-free recipe, but I'm not gluten-free, so I'm just going to add 1 cup of flour because it's a lot cheaper than gluten-free flour. Although gluten-free flour is going in here because we don't have almond meal, and I just decided that I wanted to make this during the apocalypse. So the only thing that we have is gluten-free flour. So instead of putting in 1/2 cup of almond meal, I'm putting in 1/2 cup of gluten-free flour. And if you don't have that, if you have some other flours that are gluten-free, you might be able to just get away with this. I mean, there's only one way to find out. I think basically you just need something that's a little bit more absorbent than normal flour. I don't know, I ain't no baker. And then you're adding in 1/2 cup of old-fashioned rolled oats, and you are whisking again, but this time it says use a wooden spoon and just mix it in until just combined, so you just don't want to overdo it. I feel like I almost sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I'm just kind of winging it. All right, next is the most goodest part. You're supposed to put in 1/3 cup of chocolate chips, but I'm just gonna do more than that. All right, if you did it right, you should have a consistency kind of like this. I also ended up roughly chopping up some pecans and throwing those in, and I don't think that was in the recipe, but I just kind of do what I want and hope for the best. And I think you can sometimes do that with cooking or baking and get away with it. So we'll find out. And I have these cupcake liners, or in this case muffin liners, just laying around, but you could definitely just spray your pan. And I also didn't have a very small ladle, so I just decided to use a 1/2 cup measurizer instead. I think I even those out goodly enough, and then you just throw this into your 375-degree preheated oven for 17 to 22 minutes. I like just setting it in for 17 minutes and then check on it because you can always cook it more, but you can't cook it less. Okay, those cooked for about a total of 4 minutes before I remembered that I wanted to top all of these with some chocolate chips and pecans. adding time to it. I don't remember exactly how long I put it in there for, but I did this recipe one other time and we put it in for 19 minutes. It was like right in between 12 and 22 and it came out just fine. So I would recommend 19 minutes. And look at that. We got ourselves a clean toothpick. So I think these are done. Now it's time to go out into the world with these muffins. So you know what that means. Witty catchphrase. Now, before everyone starts lecturing me about how I should be social distancing, just know that I am social distancing, but I go to Hercules multiple times a week because I still film there, so I still work there, and Kara goes there like 6 days a week, so I'm not introducing anybody who works there to anything new, and they're not introducing anything new to me. So anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. And now let's go taste some muffins.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, you couldn't recognize me because of the muffins, huh?
Okay, they're not hot. That's all I was worried about.
I just have mutant hands. I'm able to withstand intense amounts of heat.
These look pretty enough to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I can have
Too
some.
bad they're fake. They're made out of plastic. What are you gonna do? You gonna cry? You know, I think there's been a couple times that you fake cried and people thought you were actually crying.
I know.
They were like, is she really
I
crying?
just don't have it in me right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy, so I can't. I just can't come up with it.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, I got a little bit maybe.
Yeah, you're actually pretty good at working up tears.
I just don't have it because I'm too happy.
Too happy for muffins and
I'm
lots of
happy
shipping?
for muffins. I'm happy for Max's mom made us some pasta, but don't worry, she didn't come in the building.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we're here and we're still shipping and we haven't been closed down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a lot to be happy about.
Yeah. Try not to take any pretty ones because I'm trying to take a picture for Instagram, so like take that one. Because Dad was the one I'm most worried about. Because I always tell him like, all right, wait, and then I turn around and he's already eating. I'm like, wait, what?
I thought you guys were eating them.
You guys have muffins?
I took a bite.
Oh, come on.
They're look at them.
This is why
They look like they're eating them.
This is why I'm always in such a hurry when I'm doing this. I'm like, I know someone's gonna start eating, even though I specifically told them not to.
I looked over and he's
I know
got
my
that in his hand. I'm
audience.
like, oh, they're eating.
So before we do a taste test, everyone's like waiting very patiently. I just wanted to rip this open so people can see the insides.
This is a dear patient.
This is crazy.
It's all. You guys are gonna have to cover
Don't
your face
make us
because
wait.
it's all blurred.
Cover your face, Dad.
Yeah.
Really?
There we go. Now you can kind of see the inside. Not really that well. I tried. Oh well. All right. Everyone just wants to eat it, so let's just eat it.
Yes. Enough waiting.
Don't you mean muff?
I like the pecan.
Banana notes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is
There's
there
a lot of
kind
flavor.
banana bread?
Mm-hmm.
Get a little crumb
I
top
dropped a
in
little
there.
bit right behind you, Karen, too, so just be careful when you... I guess I
Yeah, the chocolate's
I've
still
never-
melty because
Yeah.
It's still warm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, 'cause I
Yeah,
brought
Craig,
out-
smile at the camera.
Yeah, your
You
teeth are
chocolate-
covered
no,
with
no, no.
chocolate.
You have chocolate on your tooth, so it looks like you're missing one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a good look for you.
I got summer teeth. Some are there, some aren't.
I like that. Never heard that.
This is a
I
delicious
love the
muffin.
pecans with it.
Uh-huh.
Even better than the other day. You made those ones too.
I had to make sure I got the recipe down. You know.
I think you should keep trying just to be on the
Yeah.
safe side.
You should try
I could
different
keep trying
flavors.
other recipes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, other flavors.
This is a righteous muffin.
Mm.
I went beyond. It's good. It's righteous. Okay, Max, go ahead.
I like it.
I like. Well, it said to add a
For
third.
somebody that doesn't like
It said to add a third cup of chocolate
you
chips.
loved it.
But I
What
had
do you
like
like about it,
a
Max?
little more than 2/3.
I like banana bread with nuts.
Smart move.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of nuts?
Pecans are good. Walnuts are good.
These are pecans.
Wow.
Pecan.
I've thrown sunflower seeds in my banana bread if I had them laying around. Dried cranberries.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to shove those.
That was
those veggies in
delicious.
there,
Thank
huh?
you, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you guys get back to work
Right back
then.
to work.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you
good.
for feeding us.
Uh-huh.
Delicious, and
There's more.
you can do it anytime you want, really.
Okay, I'll keep that in
We're
mind.
easy to find.
As long as we're open. I'll
Practice,
keep
practice,
bringing
it. We're not-
practice.
So as long as this place is like, as long as people are working here.
Oh, got it.
Because otherwise, if I went to go see you guys, I'd be possibly introducing you guys to new stuff. But right now, I'm here a couple times a week. Kara's here every day, so
Yep. We're sharing the same germiverse.
I live here.
yeah.
Germ pool.